Alright, so, this is going to be my review of Thundercats Omens. This is the start of the Dynamite Comics take on the Thundercats. This was sent to me by my friend Chris. Chris, thank you once again. Yeah, I think we can all agree that when this got announced, the whole fucking internet, like, I remember when this got announced, everyone was like, oh shit, oh shit. And that was the other thing, is like, can we just acknowledge for a moment, like, can we just take a moment to understand that, like, Dynamite is basically becoming what IDW used to be, in that you have a whole comic series of licensed IPs, and a lot of them are from Warner Brothers and Disney, two companies that don't really like each other. So to have the two, the two of them come to an agreement that they're both working with the same company is nothing short of a miracle. Seriously, you may be thinking that's not a big thing, but technically speaking, that's a big deal. Anyway, so Thundercats was part of their big initiative, along with, like, Space Ghost and others, to, like, bring back classic cartoons and redo them. This was written by Delkin Shavely with artwork by Drew Moss, and Stephen Mooney did the artwork for issue 5. Yeah, so this comic kind of goes in a different direction than you were expecting. It does have a lot of classic elements, it does have a lot of, like, classic storytelling to it, but for the most part, it is, for lack of a better word, a classic story with a cool twist on it. We do have the Thundercats. They are, you know, thrown into, they're basically thrown into a new unit. They're thrown onto Third Earth after the mutants destroy Thundera. And they do land on Third Earth, but there's a lot different going on. Preferably that in the first issue, the Sword of Omens is destroyed. I don't know if that gets repaired. I'm reading the first volume. I know, like, as of this recording, issue 9 is about to come out, or has already come out. But yeah, we also discover that Mum-Ra has possession of Jaga's ghost, and then they kind of allude to that Jaga and Mum-Ra encountered one another before, and Mum-Ra wants the Sword of Omens for deeper reasons other than he wants power. That's what it's alluding to anyway. So I'm curious to see where that goes in terms of, like, where they're gonna go with Jaga and Mum-Ra's story. We also get, like, some other cool moments here and there. It basically also talks about Shavely does a lot in 4 issues. I say 4 because the 5th issue is more like a filler than anything else. But in 4 issues, he tells the starting of the story. He does a lot in 4 issues and manages to make it work. I say this because I know that's the kind of writing style he had in his run-in the Marvel Alien books. So that was really cool. He does a lot of storytelling in these 4 issues, and while issue 5 is a filler, it does have some moments too. There's also the other thing of, we have a new Thundercat, a completely new character called Calica. And Calica, she's basically 2011 Pumaira. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. She is quite literally 2011 Pumaira. And it does beg the question of, how different are the other characters, like, when we see them, like Pumaira or the other characters, are they going to be different, altered as well? I also like the characterization that Shavely does something that the show didn't in the original, and I'm talking the original 80s cartoon, where Lion-O grew in size, but not of, like, mind. He was still a child at heart. And they actually talk about that, like, you know, the adult Thundercats, they're used to talking to a kid, not a full-ass adult. And even Lion-O is having trouble with that. There's actually a great moment in here where Wily Kit and Wily Cat are having this conversation, like, you know, Lion-O used to be, when he was a kid like us, he used to really like to play with us, but now it just feels like, you know, he either resents us for still being young, or he just feels like he's just too old for us now. Either way, it just kind of sucks. And I'm like, damn, that's right. So they do kind of talk about, Shavely does delve into that whole thing of, you know, Lion-O got robbed of a childhood. Sorry about that. So yeah, it does make me wonder of where the story's gonna go now. It's just a big question of what's gonna happen next, how will it happen next, and everything else in between. I like the direction of where we're going. Again, it goes back to the whole thing of it's same but different, if that makes any sense. It's that very same but different kind of story that we're going for here. I appreciate that Shavely and the rest of the team are basically willing to take risks, but also like give a lot of like classic love too. I like what they did with Snarf, not having him like a, you know, talking annoying mascot. He's more of a cutesy, like Lion-O's like first nanny almost in a way, and he can speak only telepathically to Lion-O. So I thought that was neat. The one thing I will knock for this comic is the 5th issue, which is more of a filler, and I feel like we could have done more with the story instead of just focus. It is a cool, like, one-and-done filler of Lion-O and Chitara having a lesson together. But it's just kind of, it feels a little unnecessary. Plus, the whole thing, the artwork really hurts it. Like, the artwork, as you can see, is very bright and vibrant in the first 4 issues, and then for some goddamn reason we hook over to whatever the hell this is. This is just not Thundercats artwork. That artwork just takes a big dump on everything else, so it really kind of hurt the reading for me. Other than that, though, this is a solid comic, and I can't wait to read the next book. I'm excited to see that. I'm loving the direction we're going with it, and I can't wait to see this universe built further. But anyway, you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story of Thundercats Omens? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.